Do, 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 do. Hello, Excel Renovations. Caroline. Do it for Johnny. Boba Fetzer. I like that. For Donnie, welcome back. Hey, everyone. How are we all doing today? Hope you guys are having a good day up here in the Northeast. I'm happy to say that it's 70 degrees and sunny. So we're excited about that. That is awesome. All right. So today, guys, I don't know. I get excited about all my shows, but a little bit more than normally excited today. I'll do a scan in a minute here. You early birds get the scan before we start. We are running vintage today, guys. I know last Sunday I was doing kind of hodgepodge. Today it's pretty much vintage. I've got one item that may be considered modern, although it's pretty much almost it's over 30 years old. So what is vintage anymore? What is modern anymore? It's hard to kind of define them. I know most of it is 70s and 80s Star Wars. So no Black Series. Had that on Friday. Sold off Mr. Roman 69's collection that he sent me. So we do have some accessories. We're going to run all of these. Okay, capes, blasters, pew-pews, things like that. Got more of my junk pile. No card backs today. I mean, are you talking about real card backs? No. Mini card backs, yes. But the real ones, no. Hello. So we got a lot of junk pile here to try to auction off. All right. Got a B-wing cockpit. I think there's some AT-ST pieces here. Again, these are just for putting together, for tinkering, for doing stuff. I'm probably going to run them in a pile, like not all of them, but I'll run them in groups, except for the big vehicles. I'll do them individually, but they're all going to be dollar starts. There's my 90s Bendums. I'm running the Bendums. Yes, 88 Moss. I will definitely be running those. These, while the box, don't let the box fool you. This is a vintage model kit. It is the packaging is and the instructions are all still mint in there, and the package even has the plastic wrapping around it. It just happens to be open from the top. 2 non-mint but carded figures. I might actually ask the opinion. I think this one I'm going to run as is. Okay, this is the B-Wing Fighter carded figure. I'm going to run that. Not $1, but I'm going to run it for pretty cheap to start bid. This one I'm going to poll the group and see if they would prefer me to literally unbox it and run everything separately. You know, run the blaster, run the figure, run the card back, even the bubble. I'll let you guys decide. We got 3 really good working. Look up these clamshell case figures are all technically complete. I am actually going to be slowly getting away from that, guys, only because I just feel like I need to, the amount of money I'm purchasing for figures that are complete, I'm probably better off separating and selling the accessory. But I will sell these guys complete today. And I'll always have a few in there. We have an R5D4. Unfortunately, it's got a little scratch on his sticker. So I'm going to run a VCR tape for $1. This is the last chance to own the original Star Wars. So this is the original version. If you have a VCR player, you can watch the original non-edited. No ED. Well, Edge Sports. You know what? We'll do a thing with, like, if you want me to keep it in, we'll do the likes. We'll do the whole hearts thing. Okay. I'll decide. Believe me, I'll take it out of the star case so you can see it in more detail. Okay, we got this is a non-mint and it's got a hole in the box, but it is some Dixie cups. Yeah, I mean, ooh, that's right. I could run a poll. I don't know if I can actually run a poll here. I probably should have done that. Dang it! Shoot. All right, that's all right. We got some pill stickers. Okay, these are pill stick. Well, actually, yeah, these are pill stickers that I created to kind of go with the color card backdrops. If I'll run a set of those. I've got a whole ton of I've got basically a couple of the different individual movie sets of mini card backs that go with these clamshells. and I'm going to run a whole set. I usually do that every show. And then look at this, guys. I mean, I am in no shortage of individual figures. Okay. So I'm probably going to run a bunch of these in groups. Okay. I'll run. I'm going to start off simple. We're going to start off with our simple Stormy here. Okay. But that's one of the few times if you give me a shout out inside the comments and you want me to run a specific loose figure, I'll do scans periodically, guys. If you want me to run a specific loose figure individually, I will do it. Okay, but for the most part, you can expect that I'm going to run like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's get this party started. I have Droids and Ewoks cards. Yeah, I have a set of them right here. There they are. I'm gonna run them both. Well, I usually run them together, just because there's only a few cards in each. So there's like 18 cards in the Droids one, and there's 12 cards in the Ewoks one. So, how good is the Death Star droid? Well, good is a. Well, actually, you tell me. All right, it paints a little scuffed. Okay. I didn't give him the clamshell treatment only because the paint is a little scuffed. However, to me, that's a very tight-limbed Death Star droid. So from that perspective, I think you're going to be in good shape. All right, let me get going, guys, because otherwise I will be here all night long, and I have to pack all this stuff too. So let's start with, and there'll be giveaways today, guys, too. We're going to just start with this one random pick figure. We're going to run this at $2. We're going to run 10-second auctions with 5-second counter bid. I like that time frame. Okay. 80 bucks. All right. You can do that if you want it. But I'm not going to do that. Although, who am I kidding? I'm the guy who said I'm just saying I'm going to possibly open up a mint, or not a mint, a non-mint figure from back in the day. So you know, it is what it is. All right. Yeah, troopers. I tend to run. All right, let's do this. I like running. Let's see, where's my Chewie? There's my Chewie. I don't run. All right. Thank you for that purchase. Good start to the show. All right, and then let's do this is a trench coat without the trench coat on, but it's a decent figure overall. Oh, you know what I got to do? I got to get out my little stand. There's a Chewie to go with them. I don't have too many Chewies today, guys, so. But what am I doing? I got another stand here. Use the stand, dude. And they each come. Sometimes they'll come with card backs. Sometimes they will not. Okay, 2. We'll start this at $2. And then I'm gonna work on. Next setup here. Some figures I still run individually only because they're really popular figures. All right. Okay, not bad. Mr. Roman, welcome back to the show. Mr. Roman was the gentleman who consigned his parts of his collection for the Friday sale. And I do believe he's going to still be doing some of his own. Let's go with two Tuskens. Get in there. I'll give you 2 cards to go with that. Not bad, man. Good grab for. Okay. How about a Jawa with the robe? No accessory on this one. Top spender today gets the Chewbacca of the Week award. Not this one. This is mine. This is done for me by good old Star Wars daddy. Hey, good grab on that. Thank you, Sleeping Treasures. Thank you for that purchase. I appreciate that. All right, a little paint rub on Mr. Fett. Okay, but otherwise decent. Okay. Again, all my figures are of what I call played with condition. You know, that means that these come from collections that you know, they're not. They've been sitting in display for, you know, in mint. All right. Very good, Sleeping Treasures. Thank you for that purchase. Okay. Let's do a double here. We got a Rebel Commando. This is a good, decent figure. And what I call his arch enemy, the AT-AT. And they come with the card backs, each of them. Whoops. I tapped over, but you got the idea. E.T. Jedi. Ding, 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 ding. I'm trying to find, where did it go? Come on. There you are. All right, thank you for that purchase. Awesome. So how many of you were glued to your screens yesterday with the raid train going on? I wanted so badly to stay on, but I had some other errands I had to run. All right, full disclosure. It's a good Leia figure, good hair, but the cape is, I believe, torn a little bit. You can see there by the arm. All right, so it is a torn cape. Good display piece, though. So I will run this with a Han Solo small head, but he's got some paint issues there and a chip, I think, on his chin. So he's got not a chip on his shoulder, just a chip on his chin. So, and you get two little card backs to go with that. Run them at 2. Am I doing any vintage today? Am I only doing vintage today? I have a Bendham's pack that I'm running, but other than that, that's all I got. Yeah, guys, just so you know, for those who aren't familiar with how I run things, I set my table up the day before, and you know, I put out a YouTube video. If you follow my channel, Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show on YouTube, I do shout outs. If you win today, I'll give you a shout out on my video. And I would love to have you subscribe, and you can also, Mr. Roman again, thank you. You can also see what I'm going to be running, because I do a lot of unboxings of collections that I purchased, and I do that. So, yeah, I tend to lean towards more towards doing all vintage or all modern. You know, not all the time. Sometimes I'll mix it up. But I know some people like to kind of see a little bit of everything. Dude, you have the stand. Use the stand. Okay. All right. Now, a little bit. These are both loosey goosey a little bit. His limbs are decent. Hammerhead's, he's got the slight arm let loose and a little bit of it. Actually, his head's, yeah, his head is like, it's stiff in some places and loose in others. So lower this a little bit there. Okay. That was number 7. This is number 8. We really do have a great community. Star Wars Daddy in the house. And he also has the bronze tier. Make sure you check Star Wars Daddy. You're a little newer to whatnot. I think you are, maybe not. But check the crown at the top. You get some discounts. But you got to activate them before you win a bid. You might see some familiar figures here, Star Wars Daddy. But you'll notice that I'm putting a little bit extra out today because I'm trying to rake in some income so I can maybe, just maybe, win some of your auctions today, if you know what I mean. And Star Wars Daddy, everyone, is the guy that made me this, which is what you will win. You'll win a slightly smaller version of it. You'll win one of these. Goes to the top spender today. So thank you to Star Wars Daddy. Let's run an accessory. How about, it's real simple. How about a Sand Person Tusken Raider cape? These are all original. Make the zippy sound, and it's got no tears in the holes. All right. Okay, here we go. We'll get that a little bit lower so you can see that better. And where are we? Number 9. All right, Roman takes it for 10. All right, good grab on that. Okay, and then we have a Jawa robe. Okay, get a good close look at the seams. I'll go back and forth, guys. I'm not going to always do the same stuff, but tell me about it, Mike Lilly. I don't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation, but the last 17 anything. All right, we got this is not to be confused, which took me a little while. This is for the Snow Trooper and Dengar. This is IG-88. That's what we're running right now, the IG-88 blaster. Sorry, pew pew. Rifle pew pew. Get back to some figures here. Do some more doofers. Okay, thank you for that purchase. All right. Okay, we got a Han Solo. This is a little bit of a loose limb Han Solo. Okay, don't you're not buying mint here. A little scuff on the boots there. And you got a Hoth Leia. A little bit of paint in the and a little scuff on the boots as well. They've been through things, man. They've been through things. Not too bad though. And you get I got the Power of the Force version of their cards. So that's 2 for 2. All right, Eric Karn, welcome back. And let's do a... I don't know if he's here. My new favorite handle. We had a buyer last Friday. Akbar cereal. If you know, you know. And we'll put a General Madine figure with him. I only have a General Madine spare card today, so no Akbar card. Sorry to say. In fact, you're gonna have to purchase the whole set. Good grab on that. Awesome. Thank you. All right. And guys, if you missed out on a character, in many cases, I have multiples that I'll run back around. I'm just gonna kind of go all around the room today, guys. I don't want to do it just this and then just someone else. Okay. This is we're back. We're finally getting to the end of my gammy. I still have a few more, but is there a few more gammies? I bought this one's got a little. Ooh, too close, man. Too close. Little issue on there with the normal issue there. I'll give you 2 card backs with that. Dude, get yourself set up here, please. Thank you. There it is. Okay. This is number 14, right? Yes, we're good. Moving right along. All right. Good. Going great leads. Awesome. All right. Cool. How about let's do a complete figure. All right. So for those new to this, okay, this is a Vader missing his tip. Okay. But overall, good figure, good solid limbs, good cape. And I was always putting my complete figures inside of a double wide clamshell, and that's where I came up with these card backs to kind of make it a kind of very displayable. Okay. I will tell you that I'm going to slowly start to get away from that. I might still do the occasional card back for like a rare figure, incomplete, or a droid. Okay. Or sometime maybe with the figures like Vader. Like sometimes I don't plan on running too many tipless. You know what? I don't like the fact that this is going to go a little higher here. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. There it is. All right. So I'm going to run this a little bit higher, guys. Okay. Only because, it's a complete figure and I have to pay for the card back. So we'll go for $5 for this one. All right. A few other items here. Get them all lined up. All right, thank you for that. Okay, now how about another? Again, this is another hammerhead, but he's complete. So he comes with his blaster. You know what, guys? Check that. I'm not going to run that blaster. Hang on. Do I have another one? I think I do. Yeah. Yeah. That was a kind of looks like it was a chewed up blaster. I'll run a better blaster this time. So put him back in his case. And we'll start him at 2. Start him at 5. All right, look at that. And let's do a 2 for figure here. We got a Bib Fortuna. And one of his denizens, Rees. I always loved Rees. My first figure I ever saw from the Jedi line. I went into a store, and you're welcome. I went into the store, and there he was. And it was like, oh, what's his story going to be? And of course, like with most characters, he didn't have much, but it's okay. All right, good grab on that. And it's a complete Bib Fortuna, or not complete, complete costume Fortuna. It doesn't have his staff. All right. Oh, all right. This is the vehicle maintenance energizer. No tools, no hoses, just the energizer, just the vehicle. Start that at $2. Interesting. Okay. We'll lay that aside for later. All right. How about my only? This is a Leia poncho Leia with the poncho. Nothing else. No belt. Just the poncho. But decent figure overall. And the card back. Okay, good grab on that cell block. Thank you for that purchase. All right, let's do a little. Okay, so again, let's run a set of card backs here for those interested that are new. These are things I put up for the back of those clamshells. This is a whole set of, they're kind of miniature card backs, okay? And they're the entire Star Wars line, including the second set, including Boba Fett. There's 21 cards altogether. They have the correct backs, okay? There's about 21 cards in there, so. These are custom, guys, just so we're aware. All right, thank you for that. Just get these in. There we go. All right, and we have a couple of slightly I don't know if they beat up. Just this one's got a little looser limbs. Okay, so we'll put these two together. Two Imperial officer commanders type thing. Imperial officer, death squad commander. Any Imperial shuttle parts. I don't. I'm gonna say I don't think so. I'm gonna leave it at that, only because I'm gonna show you some piles of parts that I'm gonna run. I've got like a couple of junk part runs here. I'll run them for $1. Whoops, sorry. $8. Oh, ooh, that one. I felt that one. That stung a little. But good grab on your part. All right. Actually, that's all right. My goal is 4 per figure. If I can get $4 per figure, so I probably should just run it at 4 per figure if I want that. All right, so here's a couple of part runs. All right, this one's a basic. This is basically just a piece of it. Now, guys, this is a junk lot. If you watch my channel, you know when you saw me unbox these. This is a B-wing fighter cockpit. That's all it is. Okay. All right. That's just running it at $1. If there's no interest, I understand. I don't take offense. We'll run all of these junk pieces for $1. And if you get it for $1, good on you. Mr. Panther 427. Thank you for that. All right, here's another set of junk. It's a little bit more than just one piece. This looks like it's. Get it out of my. It looks like we've got pieces now. It looks like this guy looks like it. They did some damage to this. Okay, these are looks like some ATST things, but it looks like it's been through the ringer, guys. So these are good for dioramas. They're good for. They're not in any way pieces that you can use except for like, you know, if you want to try to make. This is like I would say for diorama. Okay, so this is kind of parts of that. But again, I'm running them at $1. So if there's no interest, that's fine. Darth Picasso, I love that. See, even if and I'd be happy, you know, if I make if you know you get it for $1, that's awesome. Duffy Bat. All right, very good. Okay, I got a few more of these guys. I'll come back and forth, but I'll do one more right now. 23. Never know. Oh, no, sorry. That was 22. Oh, missed a piece. Sorry. That goes over here. So people who bought some of these, you might want to keep checking out when I do the parts because you never know what you're going to find. We got part of a. This is a random hodgepodge, guys. We also got a broken cockpit for a Falcon. We got a broken snow speeder. We got a broken piece for the Falcon. We got this is also broken. All right. You got a lot of broken stuff here. All right. Take a look through it. You got a C-3PO head that'll go there. Fine. I don't know about shuttle parts. Someone was asking me about shuttle. Some of these are might even be for modern. Hey, look, a Jabba piece of a Jabba pipe. Again, you're buying broken type pieces here, guys. They're not together. But I'm starting at $1. So if you don't want it, you don't want it. If you do want it, and you get it for $1, amen to you, brother or sister. Bright. See, people know. People know. One man's trash, right? There's probably for $1, Mr. Roman, he knows. There's probably something you can do. Oh, get away. What are you doing? What are you doing? There might be some modern things in there, guys. I don't know. I mean, as I said, I bought this entire box. Watch my channel. Go back like a week or 2 ago. There was like a box that was the size of a washing machine that came to my house. I paid twice as much for shipping as I did for that. Oh, there's even a screw in here. I'll put the screw in right there. All right. Lots of little pieces here, too. All right. Cool. Thank you for that purchase, Mr. Roman. And if Mr. Roman gets a show going, again, guys, make sure you check out it. He's got an amazing collection of modern. Amazing. Like, insane. All right, back to some figures here. Let's do some murder bears, won't we? These are partially complete murder bears. We got a Tebow. We got a this. You know what? This guy's he's missing his toe. So I'm gonna throw another one on here. Actually, no, I'll just keep him, but I'll throw a third one here. So we'll do a trio. I don't have any more Chirpa cards. Start these for $2. Okay. All right, good grab on that. Thank you for that purchase. Yeah, Chirpa is missing a little bit. No, sorry. Logre is missing a little bit of his toe, but he still does stand. Do another Jawa. Good cape, good seams. Comes with his vintage X-Wing wings. Well, I'm running an X-Wing. Hang on a second. No X-Wing wings today. Sorry. All right. Thank you for that. Okay. Someone was asking about the Death Star droid. Said normally I put this in a case. It just had a little bit of paint rub on the shoulder there. Okay, but it is immensely tight. I don't even want to like. It's got very little loose limage. Like I said, you don't see them like that. That is not the right card. No more Death Star droid cards. Sorry. Yeah, what happened, guys, is I was like making these card backs, and then people would bid on I would put them with the clamshells, but unfortunately some figures are more common than others. So, even with the paint rub, guys, it's worth more than 10. But if you get it for 10, good for you. But all right, got a few more accessories. Yeah, I had this one accessory, guys. I might run this like as a buy one get one free. All right, that was excellent. Good grab on that. Thank you. Okay, how about let's run a. All right, let's run a Han trench coat. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run this guy by himself. Let's do that first. Nope, no. Actually, no. I can give him the card. He's got the card back. Oh, we're kind of ready for a giveaway, aren't we? Right. All right, Cell Block. Thank you for that. Now, not sure if you're interested, but this is the variant. This is the no camo on the lapel version. Yep, got a giveaway running, guys. What is that giveaway? Okay, get into your giveaway, guys. This is the last call. Excellent. All right. Giveaway. We'll do a twofer. This is a giveaway item. We got another hammerhead, another snaggletooth. And we'll give you the card back with them as well. This is for a giveaway, guys. So last check it. Last set. Is this a follower giveaway? Running in 3, 2, 1. Radar 4077. Love it. Give 1. Okay. Thank you for following. Excellent. You get 2 figures. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, and let's continue, guys. How about a vehicle? All right, we got, not the coolest of cool vehicles, although I've always liked it. I'm always partial to the. This is a nicely done. I have not sold any of the pill stickers yet. I'll do that next. These are the things, guys. If you don't know, which I'm sure anybody here does, these are the things, guys. The canopy covers are everything here. They're worth more than the vehicle itself. So think about that as you're running it. I'm going to run this as a large because it's bigger. It's going to take a little more to ship. But we will start it at $5. No, these are not C3 Bano, not vintage stickers, pill stickers that I designed. I'll show you in a second. They're custom. Good. Coltrane. All right. So I gotta get a better stand. All right. So these are just on a label paper. Okay. These are Power of the Force pills. I also included a Droids R2 and 3PO on there. These are the colors that match the original card backs. If you do something like this, up top there, you see my my baseball bat display. You see Barada over there. He's got like a little sticker lit pill in front of him. Han Solo, EV99. I haven't done them for all of them yet. I mean, I have them all. I haven't stuck them on there for all of them yet. Okay, so that's what these are. This is you're running. This is the Power of the Force 1, not Power of the Force 2. Power of the Force 1. There's actually more than one on there. There's usually, I think there's at least 2 for every of the last 17. So we'll run that in. This is for Power of the Force only. Auto! All right, good. Thank you for that. Now I'll run a couple of these guys right now. We have an Empire Strike Back set. Hold on, this is 2 of 2. I have 1 of 2. Hang on. Give me 1. All right, let's do this one actually first. This is the Star Wars set. This is the original 21. And there's, I believe, 2 sets of stickers for all of them. You ready for you mean the card backs? Yeah, I'll run some of those. I got a ton of figures here though, guys. Whew. I'll be like, I'm gonna run a while, but that's okay. Oh, it seems like there is a definite interest in the Star Wars ones. I will be sure to make more. 1 or 2, 2 or 2. Okay. All right, good. Thank you for that. All right, I'm gonna run. This is the Empire Strikes Back pills. There's actually there's two sheets. I do because there's a lot of figures, right? So I think it fit to get 2 of them, and they're kind of weird when you make them on a Cricut. They Cricut decides how it's going to organize them, so they're out of order. But lots of figures is a good problem. Edge Sports, you're right. absolutely is. All right, that's all I'm going to run for those today. And I'm going to make more. And then some. Okay, let's run these droids. 88. Did you want me to run a specific one? Like the Dirge. I'm basically running this. I got more Star Wars sets. I can run a full Empire with repack set, a full Jedi with repack set, a Power of the Force with the last 17 and repacks, then a full set, and then I have a tri-logo set. So, or do you care which ones? I heard you mention droids, Ewoks, so you know what? Let me just run that. I got to run all this stuff anyway, guys. All right, so these are the same thing that I did with the Star Wars. These are the droids and Ewoks. 12 of the Ewoks ones, 18 of the droid ones, including the 6 that didn't get released. All right, so I'm starting that here. Moving right along. And then I'm going to get back to some figures here, guys, because I got to clear this table. Oh, all right. 88. Good. Glad you got him. I was like, I hope 88 gets him. Because I was a little worried. I don't know if I have to keep making more of these. Okay. All right, we got an incomplete Tauntaun here, but I put a little to make up for his incompleteness. I put a kind of a Luke Skywalker in there, Hoth Luke. This is a medium. Started at $4. Boom, boom. And then I could do it. I'm going to do another one of those guys after this. All right, thank you for that. Now, this full disclosure, this one, I mean, this is the open belly. I should have mentioned that. This is the closed belly, but its reins are not. It's got that little, the broken thing there. So you might have to do some repair on that. But it does have broken reins. So it's just kind of like, he's sort of more complete, but sort of not. Throw in a Rebel Trooper with him. Oh, did I not run it? It's medium number 2. Sorry. Hang on. Okay. You need another full set minus the Star Wars you just won earlier. Okay. Well, I'm going to run them all. It's going to be. I like to go around. I like to bop around a little bit just because some people are here for one thing, although then people bop out and back and forth anyway. So, all right, we're doing good here, guys. We're knocking things out. I wish I. All right, good grab on that. It's a pretty good Wampa, guys. But I always feel like Wampa needs somebody to bang around, so we'll put another Luke. Is there like paint? I got more Tauntauns coming, guys. Just be patient. Thank you. All right, Hammonds. thank you for that. I'm going to actually get a bigger thing for this one. So while I'm doing that, we got this is a kind of paint some weird paint stuff. I always like to say that, dude, it's got a little paint robe on him there, the biker scout at the top. So and he's got some on his boot too. So we'll give him another one that's a little cleaner. And we'll give him two of these. All right, back to small. And then I'll run some, give me a few minutes and I'll run a few more cards. Like, I actually preset my entire oops, hang on. 1, 2, 3. This is running 33. All right, grab on that. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Thank you for your patience. I'll try to do this. Try to keep up on it. But... All right, so some more card backs. All right, so we're gonna run Empire next. So the Empire card back, guys, I've pretty much completed the entire run of card backs. So these are all the Empire ones, okay? Meaning their original release of Empire. Mad Dog, I did not see your message. I will. You want me to? When is your next? Can you put it in the info? Can you just put it in the chat? I'll read it back then. All right, this is the other guy. This is the Star Wars repacks. That's a complete everything that had an Empire card. That's like 50 or so in there. We're gonna run that at $2. It's. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can check my messages here. Hold on. Oh, okay, that's weird. Not seeing messages. So hope I saw my message. Your message about my next show. Shoot, could you do it again? I'm sorry, buddy. I feel bad. I want to make sure I'm not missing something. I mean, yeah, guys, understand. I'm doing this by myself, so I'm like becoming like multitasking king here. So, all right. So if you put it in the chat, I didn't catch it, and now I don't have time to scroll through it. So, all right, we have an AST5 mini rig here, courtesy of Star Wars Daddy. Okay. Good. Whoops. Except for the fact that the cockpit just came off, but back on. All right. Good vehicle. I always like this one. I'm going to throw a figure in with it just because I always love when there's a figure in it. I have this Klaatu that is got the naked skirt. So, unfortunately, I will say that full disclosure, this thing does tend to pop off a little bit. It's not broken. It's just loose. But I will put Klaatu in there. I always feel like it reminds me of putting Steve Rogers in the thing. All right, that is a medium. Ah, you booked it. Okay. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. I got stuff coming in, so I'm hoping. I want to do it. The thing is, I'm trying to thin out my collection because I got new things coming in, and then also I'm going to be traveling. By the way, guys, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to be down in Disney first week in April, like April 2nd to the 12th, and I'm going to do a live stream, not a whatnot show, but just a regular live stream. No, Stars Daddy, if you win it back, dude, guys, bid up higher. Bid up higher. Keep bidding. Star Wars Daddy knows what I paid for this, and he's laughing right now. All right, Eric Carr won it. Yeah, Star Wars Daddy, you're right. I buy stuff from you and then I lose money, but that's okay. Because here's the deal, Star Wars Daddy. Here it is, and Eric Hart, thank you for that purchase. Here's the deal. What's saving me are these things. This makes up the difference. These things. I put a little extra effort on this, and that's what makes up the difference of losing money on what I buy from you. But that's okay. Hey, that doesn't matter. The stuff I'm trying to bid. I know you did, buddy. Thanks. You tried. So this is a whole set of Return of the Jedi mini card backs, and that includes the Empire repacks, and that includes the Star Wars repacks. That's like 70 cards in there, guys. All right. Help me make up the loss that I just took from. Oh God, I love it. This is on. Wait, when was that? No, that's 35. No, that is medium 4. All right, there we go. Yeah, help me make up the loss that I have from losing to Star Wars Daddy, or stuff I buy from Star Wars Daddy. All I can say, folks, is that the money, I'm not making a ton of money, but I'm not losing money at all. It's coming in a small, dribs and drabs kind of thing. So it's totally good. Cool, neat, tech. I'm one of the only people that liked this change. Maybe it's because 88 lost good. Am I the only one who liked having the big band musical number in Return of the Jedi? I mean, I liked it. I don't know. I mean, I like the old one too. I like Lapty Neck, but being a musician, I'm just like, hey, this is awesome. All right, let's go back to some figures here a little bit. I'm gonna do. This is a kind of a slightly discolored cape, but it's a good cape. Okay, that's a Leia. There's certain figures I run separately just because I think they have some potential to produce a little bit more. But I'll run some bigger lots of figures here, guys. I'm gonna run a large lot coming up. Give me a second here to put it together. Oh, I just lost the figure. There he is. All right. Now where is it? There it is. All right. Thank you for that purchase. So, all right, here's my first larger lot. It's like a grouping here. Right? You'll get the theme. I'm gonna need more than just a stand here. Bespin Luke. Yeah, these are played with figures. Now I will say this, guys, this is my only Lando today. At least my only Lando I might have a complete Lando. My only incomplete Lando. And the Bespin Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures. And they all have their corresponding card backs. Why don't we start this one at a little bit higher? Let's say start them at 10. Do another one like that. All right. Good grab on that. Thank you. Okay. This one's not as well themed as this one was, but one thing, guys, I was mentioning on the last one, although honestly in this one, for the vintage shows, it's not a big deal. It's just a courtesy. I have the reduced shipping, but if you buy like 30 items, okay, you might. I would appreciate it. You don't have to do it, but if you gave a tip, I'd appreciate it to help with a little bit with that shipping. But again, it's not as big of a deal for this one because there's so many loose or smaller boxed figures. I can get most of this stuff in a flat rate. 3PO. Seriously. Come on. What gives, man? These are my 5. And there's 4 card backs. I don't have a 3PO card back. All right, so you know what? On second thought, let's put some more. I just realized that I don't have the full 12 bag. I can't give you the full 12. I mean, I do have some of them. We'll throw in an Imperial Death Trooper. How about a Vader? Back here. Back this up a bit so you can see. All right, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get a Tusken Raider on there, too. I have an R2, guys, and I'm saving it for another one. It's not a good R2, but you know what? On second thought, do I have an R2? I'm not running an R2 today. Not a good R2. All right, so I'm not putting the Jawa on because Jawas are too valuable by themselves. Sorry. Who am I missing? R2. Oh, Luke. All right, fine. I'm gonna run Luke separate, but I'll run a Luke. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9 figures, guys. The 9 of the original 12. Okay, good grab on that. Thank you. Little loosey limb there on the 3PO, but all right. That's cleaning me out a little bit. All right, this one is not as sexy as that, but I do want to run it just because. Do I have any others? Oh yeah, I do. All right, so we're gonna run a Bespin Luke, and this R2 came with the trash pile, and I'd be hornswoggled if it does still click, but it's got mold on it, guys. But it does think I was gonna try to clean it off and do some peroxide on it. Then I realized, you know something? That is a Dagobah droid if I ever saw one. And we'll put an Obi-Wan on there too. And I have a partially complete Yoda, which I can put on here as well. All right, so we'll do our little Dagobah little diorama set here. All right, I realized I have to do. Oh no, we're still a few away from another giveaway. Let's do them every 25. All right, Nathan Mack 88. Thank you for that purchase. All right, this is another beater. This is the mini shuttle. The ISP-6, but it's missing its top. But it does still work. This still works. So we'll throw that on here. And you know what? I'll throw this thing on there too. So we'll start this at, I call it medium, but I'll start it at $1. Let's get some complete figures going here. I like complete figures. I'll do a couple of chewies. Sold for $5. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Thank you for that. All right, so here's we got a complete. This is a complete Akbar. Good figures. Comes with his staff. I think I'm gonna bring Mr. Mando up here a little bit for a little while. All right, here we go. Let's go back to small. Welcome everybody for joining in. Thanks so much. And if you're new to this show, I run vintage, and sometimes I toggle between vintage and modern. Today's a vintage day. I have it all preset, so I don't really have the ability to switch it, to jump to modern right now. I just ran a modern show on Friday. I'm going to run another vintage show this coming Friday. I'm going to be running a ton of complete figures for that one, and some more accessories, I think. Well, maybe if the ones I've ordered come in. Do it for Johnny's in the lead. All right, good grab for that. Thank you. All right, and how about an Obi-Wan Kenobi good cape? And does come with his saber without the tip. Okay, so. Just going to run a few more loose figures, and I'm going to run one of those carded figures. All right, Bronx Star. Thank you for that. Here is a low gray, complete low gray. Got all of his three. Always love the fact that this is the most accessoried figure that goes for the cheapest. Droids and Ewoks card box. Hang on. I wasn't going to run it, but let me peek behind my little thing here and see if I can reach. I have a set of droids and I have a set of Ewoks. Yes, I do. I'll run it in a few minutes. Okay, I'm kind of putting it in my manual queue here. Then I want to do another giveaway, and then I'm gonna do. Including the droids and Ewoks. I have 5 more. 1, 2, including the one running right now. All right, thank you. That was actually I think that was a very fair price. Here's a Chewie. Really good paint on this Chewie. Okay, it comes with his bowcaster. It's in good shape. Comes with the card back and the clamshell. Guys, if you weren't those aren't the uninitiated, you can check out my YouTube channel. What's going on here? Start auction. There we go. You can check out my YouTube channel, and I will have a bunch of shout outs to all the people that won today, including the special Chewbacca of the week, who's the person who wins purchases the most that day. Okay, guys, next up we have this is a power droid, and I always like to just pull this one up just so you can hear the click. And also, there is a little bit of paint scuff there. Okay, so it's not I wouldn't say it's very mint, but definitely a good figure overall. And you get the clamshell card. I've watched Star Wars. Wow, you're longer than me. I started watching Star Wars Daddy, I would say, May of that last year. I think that's, and once I got a hold of his $45,000 collection videos, I was like, whoa, that's insane. Wow. All right, Eric Carr. That was almost a steal of the day. All right, guys. Gather around, kiddies. All right. This is a Return of the Jedi B-Wing fighter. Okay. It's got the typical yellowing, right, that happens with cards, with Return of the Jedi. This came from Child's Palace, okay, for $1.97. It does have the free coin sticker on here. This is when they were starting to do that before they switched over to Power of the Force. Okay, overall, it's a little bent. You can see it's not a mint card, but it is a nice card. It's got no creases in it. This is the better of the two. I'm going to run it. Now, guys, I want to run cards. Now, I know how much I pay for this. Okay, it's, here's the thing. I'm going to run it. I'm not going to put it for the price I paid. I'm going to put it for less than that. It's still going to be higher than $4. Okay. I'm going to run it for $50. Okay. Was it his blaster? That said, I don't know. It is, I believe so. I mean, it's not. I don't believe it was. Yeah, it's his blaster. It's hard to see at the bottom by his foot. But yeah, I believe it was his blaster. That's why I was saying, like, if this one doesn't sell for much, I might have to do a poll about the next figure I'm going to run, which isn't even as good in shape as this one is. And am I going to have to just take it apart, unbox it, and run everything separate? So we'll start it at $50 and see if anybody's interested. And if no one bids, I get that. Oh, Red Blitz is already in. Fight in Vegas is in. All right, let's see where we go. This is a medium 10. Okay, we're almost at, okay. Not quite what I paid, but that's okay. Actually, it was actually for the two, but I don't think the other one's going to go for much more, but that's okay. I wouldn't list them, guys. I mean, I'm not going to get upset. I wouldn't list them if I didn't. All right, let's run another giveaway, and then I'll get back to some figures. I mean, I know that the Return of the Jedi cards are even mint are not worth as much as the Empire Star Wars because of the mass amount that they made. Okay, let's do. For the giveaway, why don't we do? I'm gonna do. We'll do a threefer. This is for a giveaway. You get an Akbar. That's what am I doing? A Hammerhead. A Maydeen and a 9-num. It's my last Nadine for the moment. But I do have another reading card. Okay. Last about 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. C3 Benno, you are a winner. You are a follower and a purchaser, so that's always nice. Thank you for that. I'll put that. We will send that out to you, or put it in your bag if you make a purchase. All right, guys, a couple of odds and ends here. Let's work on a few things here. Oh, let's do some accessories. All right, let's run. Nice little Tebow hat. I'll try and win something now. Okay. Tebow hat. Here we go. This is number 41. All right, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Good grab on that. $5. Good deal. All right. How about Lando Cape? It's a good cape. Panther. Good grab on that. We have Blue Blaster. Sorry for the lighting here. Bring it a little closer here. T2. Oh shit. Oh shit. Where was 40? What's that? Good grab on that one too. Thank you. Now we have a blue black, I think. Black one. Get the black one. Need better light. That's this black one. Hi, I'm Tony Lee. Welcome back. Do it for Johnny wants it. There you go. Thank you for that. Do it. All right. So this is a blue-black Pew Pew Imperial. Now here's the deal. I'm going to throw in this one because it's damaged. You can see it looks a little chewed up. It's a blue one. So, but you know, you might want to just put it with a beater figure or whatever. So I can't call it a twofer. I'll call it a 1.5er. All right. Thank you, Death Star Deals, for that. All right. Let's do a twofer for capes. Uh, 88 Moss, are you still in? Okay, I'm going to give you. This cape does have a little bit of a scuff on it. Anyhow, it looks like the outside of the cape. So we'll throw those two together. 88 Moss, you still there? I'm going to run those. I forgot to run those card backs. I'll do them again. I'll do them next. Very good. C3 Benno. All right. We have a Bib Fortuna staff. And I'm going to throw an incomplete. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to throw an incomplete one. He doesn't have his chest piece there, but I'll throw him in there. Not doing Black Series or clones or modern. It's all vintage today. Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I have a few items just came in modern. I'm not really into Black Series guys anymore. No offense. It's hard for me to purchase in large lots. and be able to make money. However, I have some Mr. Roman, and he and I have been working out some stuff, so I might be either purchasing some of his collection or doing some more consignments with it. So in that case, then I might be able to do it. But right now, the next modern I do probably won't be for another, so maybe next Sunday. Thank you for that, Panther. All right. What else we got here? Let's do this. We got a Yoda belt. And you know what? We'll put a Yoda in with him. This is... Hey, dude, what are you doing? You're embarrassing me. Stop. You're a Jedi Master. Come on. Stand up. Yeah, I'm with you there. May the 4th. It is hard. It is not an easy thing. Oh my god, and I keep forgetting to do the darn card backs. Poor 88. Sorry. I have him in my hand. I'm doing him now. He is light green, I would say. Not dark green. Orange eye. I have another Yoda that I'm going to run, guys. I have a brown snake Yoda that I'll be running in a little bit. So stay tuned, because I still got a ton to run here. I was gonna try. I had a goal to run all of these my loose figures, but the way I'm feeling right now, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there's another set. 88 Moss was requesting. And J-Roy, check the crown. You got some coupons. Make sure you do the coupons. Have any Palace Blaster? I do have the Palace Blaster, Mike. I'll run it next. An Imperial Dignitary? No, I only have my own from my collection. Death Star Deals wants it, man. All right. 88 got it. Death Star Deals if you want. I'm going to run a full set of these, the entire set towards the end of the show. So if you stick around. All right, that's number 40. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Did I skip 40? I guess I did. All right. Oh. 47. That was 47. Hang on one second, guys. Let me just. That was Yoda. Where'd Yoda go? All right. Well, here's that. Let's get this going here, guys. Jedi Blaster, Rey. All right. Bid accordingly. Yoda. Yoda. Where did Yoda go? All right. Well, just keep that over here for now. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right. That's running. I'm going to take a couple of things here. Oh, Palace Blaster for $44. Tony Lee, you got the steal of the day. Congrats on that, actually. Okay. Okay, here we go, guys. We got a land speeder. We're throwing in a 3PO, kind of a beater 3PO in there. A little bit of scuffed up windshield, but not too bad. It does pops open, and the gear thing works. Does roll, does float. Run this one. Start him at 4. Coltrane. All right, good grab on that, sir. All right, we got another. This is probably, I would say, one of the better Tauntauns. Got the reins. All of the reins are broken. Does have the belt, but the belt seems to be, well, except the fact that his legs tend to, as is often the case, this one tends to do that. It tends to sink a little bit. So, yeah. There he goes. Starting at 4. That's the only Palace Blaster I have, man. That was it. I got a few more accessories to run later, but I want to get some figures going here. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, that was M11. Okay, now I don't know if there's any interest in this one, guys. Let's take a look, see, and see what we got. This is a MPC model kit. Okay, this is the Darth Vader TIE Fighter model kit. It is a pretty decent box. Complete. It's got the instructions. It's got the, I believe it is complete. I bought it as complete. It's got the stuff in the baggie still, except for the bigger pieces on the bottom. So you're buying what I believe is a complete model kit. I'm going to start this one at 5. Okay. That's a large chip. All right. Do another one of those. This is C3PO. Now the box has been torn open, but the instructions and the materials are all still in there. It does still have its kind of plastic wrap around the bottom half of it. Okay, but oh wow, that was a steal going on that. Okay. let's keep going here. What are we doing here? Oh, about 10 away or so from the next giveaway. This is a Gammy Guard with his axe. So you got the axe. A little bit of wear on the. You know what? I'm gonna switch that out. I have a better one here with the better horns. So, there we go. He barely fits inside the clamshell. I always like to say that. It's kind of weird. Number 50. Dang it. 51. All right, good grab on that. Thank you. How about a small head Han Solo? Oh. Okay, this is a much better one. And of course, he has his blaster inside of his clamshell case with his card back. Great display piece by itself. But the Kenner book behind me, the one, the toy guide, I paid about $125 for that book, guys. So if you want me to do a deal offline, I'll sell it to you for $200. But you're better off just finding. Go to Read 5 Books, and you'll find, and you can buy it probably cheaper just buying it directly from the. It's still available. You just got to go to type in Read 5. It's Red 5, but it looks like it spells Read 5 Books. Star Wars Toy Guide, Volume 1, Kenner. And you'll be able to find it cheaper there. But I just bought it. I use it as a guide, to help me with stuff, just to make sure I'm clear on the. I know Variant Villain and other places. Oh, awesome, great, thank you for that. I know that Variant Villain and other places do a good job with it too. But it's just nice to see full pictures. The problem is, all right. So heads up, guys. This is an R5D4, but he does have his his click here. He does click, but he does have kind of a damaged scratch sticker. So, but I'll put him in with the. He's falling out. Oh, from the back. Here, let me turn him around. From the back. Oh, that's not much better. You know what? I think I'm just gonna run him. I'm gonna just run him without the clamshell because he's just a little bit. But I'll tell you what I will do. I'll make it a droid 3 for 1. Let's throw in a decent FX7. We'll put this for make our little droid thing. A very loose limb 3PO. And a 2-1B that will not survive because he doesn't have his oxygen tank. Why does a 2-1B need an oxygen tank? I don't know. So we'll just run all those together. Yeah, it was a price in pounds. That's correct. So yeah, I had to pay more. And what I paid, I bought that a while ago. So what I paid might be better than what you'll pay or worse than what you'll pay. So depending on how the dollar is at the moment. It's a great book. It's very detailed. It's like, oh, Death Star deal. Good grab on those. All right. How about, let's get back. We do have a full, complete Chief Chirpa. This is number 54. This is the book he's referring to. I'm sorry while this is running, but Star Wars Toy Guide Volume 1 Kenner action figures. It was suggested for me as a good resource, like a good hard copy resource for checking out all the different figure variants and stuff like that. You can find a lot of the information, guys, on when it comes to accessories and Imperial Gunnery, and also on Variant Villain. So I wouldn't, but it is nice. It is a great coffee table book. Thank you for that purchase. Awesome. Okay, guys. Look closely. Pac-Man eyes. And it's got the brown snake. Okay. This is a rare one, guys. I'm going to run it a little higher. And it does have a cane. I'm going to just put him here for now. And you will get the clamshell with the thing. This is going to run a little more, guys. Here, you tell me. Let me. I don't want to take the. I don't want to take the robe off. Pretty good, I think. Get that snake back on you. There we go. I start this at 45. Yeah, I'd say it's a nice combination book for both. You know, it's pretty informative, but it is also not. You know, you can't beat modern internet because of the fact that things can get updated instantly. Whereas a book, once it's printed, is obsolete. So you know, it's just important to remember that. But overall, I found it very useful. Okay, AKA, thank you. Make sure we get that packed safely. All right, let's move on, shall we? All right, let's do some more trash. Let me see if we do some more junk. Actually, before we do junk, I have one more thing I want to do. Let's do a. This is not a full team, guys. This is a Zuckus slash 401 with a little bit of scuff on his thing. I'm always afraid of trying to clean this robe because of the pleather nature of it. But we'll put a Bosk there, put a somewhat of a beater Boba Fett, and an IG-88 boy band, The Bounty. And I got 3 of the 4. The only one I don't have an IG-88 card back, but I have the other. Yeah, Read 5 designs. Is there a volume 2? I know that it says volume 1 on the book. Is there a volume 2? Has it come out yet, or and what? And I guess it's going to be modern. Which, my God, how did they do that? All right, congrats. $56. All right, so let's start with this. I don't know if there's any interest in this. It's an AT-AT base for the inside. I don't know if we have any people picking apart an AT-AT that much, but all these junk piles start at $1. Bright Blaze, man, he is in. He is in. Every single one, even if you only get $1. It's good. You pay more to ship it. All right, then we got a part of, you know, the up to the bottom. And again, guys, none of these, this is a Darth Vader TIE Fighter, has been taken apart. It does have some of the wiring, does not have the motor. Okay, it's just the top and the bottom. Actually, I don't even think it's the same one now that I look at it. Hold on a second. That's not even the same one. These are two separate items, guys. So I'll sell them as two separates. Again, $1. Hang on 1 second. All right, so I'm going to throw the other half on here. So Lance Joe, you might want to try to win this because those are the other half of that one. I thought it was one, but it's not. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I started stuff there. 58. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Same price. Interesting. And it was it. And good, Lance. All right, I feel bad. You got them both, man. Good. So I'll put them all together for you. There we are. Okay, what do we got here? We got a piece of a. All right, I'm going to run two items here. This is the bottom part of a X-wing. It's got the motor, the wiring, the light, and the cockpit seat. And I'm going to throw in here a snow speeder motor that is apparently not working, but it's all part of a $1 bid. I'm going to change it to $1. Yeah, the Kenner book it's kind of a nice coffee table book. You know, it's something to, for you to be able to have on your table, do a little research. Yeah, you're right. It's particularly glued on, but again, everything here is junk. I bought it as a junk lot. Okay, that was number 60. I'm just gonna keep track here. All right, we got one more. All right, here we go. Yeah, we still got a ways to go, guys. I still have a few more here. The top of a Death Star and a top of a land speeder. $1. Oh, you know what? There's a lot of chat here that I'm missing. I'm sorry. Yeah, it does look like the seat snapped off when it was attaching. But as I said, I bought this all full disclosure Death Star deals. Thank you for that. I bought this as a junk lot. All right, I got more pieces there, but I have one more pile of junk here. And now, honestly, oh yeah, we have. It took me a second to realize the back of a Boba Fett. We got another ATSP, part of a wing, but heads up, someone was looking for X-Wing. This is only half of it. It's cracked off. There's some more pieces of X-Wing. I suppose you can glue them. I would bet here's a piece of a Slave 1. I think it's fine. It looks like it's not cut off. Here is the base of a speeder bike. Looks like we got, I forget which this part is. Oh, it's battery pack cover for one of the X-Wings, I think. Falcon missing a leg thing. Again, these are, and then another Falcon the gunner thing. And then we have this. And it looks like part of the Ewok village. And anything else in here? A couple of little pieces here, but I don't know where they go to. But you know what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, throw it in there. What the heck? That's from one of the mini rigs. $1 start. Right, Blaze always gets in there in the beginning. Those top of X-wing wings. I mean, they are, but they're not. They're not. They're not. Well, I don't know if they're the top or the bottom, honestly. I think they're the bottom, actually. That one is anyway. All right. So Nathan Mack. Okay. Now I'm going to throw one more thing up here. I would advise you winning it because this piece, I believe, goes to it. I'll give you this piece, but here's the other part of it. This is number 62. Let me just put this closed up so nothing falls out. All right. A few more junk pieces, guys, but those are for the pile. So we have this. This is that mini rig that that canopy goes to. I think it's an INT4. So it's missing its gun, but it does still work otherwise. So it's not a bad piece. So I'll run it for 2 friends because it's kind of any A-wing. Pew. No. The rest of my accessories, guys, are pretty standard or mild. You know, there's whatever I call them standard and then mildly rare. Okay. Nothing like the real rare ones. All right, moving right along. Okay, so let's run a few more here. Let's do this. All right, here's a big one, guys. Jawa Blaster. Jawa Blaster. Good condition. Let me see if I can raise this up a little bit and kind of tilt it down for a few more accessories. Excellent grab. All right. How about one of the harder to find vibro axes or staffs or whatever they call them? Excellent grab for that. All right. All right, let's do a little lot here of some common weapons, but still. Oh wait, shoot. Hold on. Skiff, I believe it is a Skiff Klaatu, yes. That was 65. Okay. So we'll run a set of semi-common, right? But we'll run them all. Get a huge deal right here. Start them at $2. So all 4 of those. This is not a you pick. This is you get them all. Jeroy, good grab on that. Thank you for that purchase. Okay, alrighty. I'm gonna run another set of card backs here, guys. Let's do. This is Power of the Force. This is the complete Power of the Force, all last 17 plus all of the ones that came with a coin. I think there's a roughly 50, 60 something of them in there. Oh, geez. This is 67. Okay. Hey, Mick, welcome back, and thank you for that purchase. All right, how about and this? All right, guys, I'm gonna bring this up close so you guys can see. Without focusing on my hand. Obviously, a Bespin Luke lightsaber. I do not. I don't. I don't really. The only things I do are when they're. If I don't think I just set it up to ship internationally. I'm sorry. It's just too crazy right now with that. I apologize. Unless you're like an American territory or something like that, I think I do that. But you could you might. I mean, check it out on your end. I mean, if it says that I ship, I just didn't. I mean, I was that was for giveaways, but there might be something that works for you guys. So I apologize, but the international stuff's a little bit tricky. All right, let's do another lot here. I believe this is a squid head, right? Squid head belt. And we can throw a squid head pew in on that too. So both of those items. What the heck? I'll throw a Tebow in there as well. It's kind of an odd hodgepodge. Sorry about that, replay. But again, it's I got to look into that. I haven't had a lot of people ask me that, honestly. So, Oop. Yeah, yes, I was just saying. The what's it called? Hey, Panther, thanks for that. The shipping, the reduced shipping. I mean, all it means is that you pay up to like $9.21 or whatever it is. Let's do another Java robe. Okay, decent, right? And you do another Java robe, or you do $9.21 in shipping, and then I cover the rest. So I got to be careful with some of that. It's like I was saying earlier, if a person buys, it's looking like a lot of you are buying different stuff. So it's not like any one person is going to have like an overwhelming amount of stuff purchased. But if you were to, and sometimes it doesn't happen so much with vintage because most of my stuff, thank great grandpa for that. Thank you. Most of the stuff is small, right? So most of this will fit in a flat rate box, and we're good. But let's do a two for a helmet here. This is a really nice helmet for Lando, and then this is slightly okay. It's got a little scuff on there, a little paint rub for Bausch on the front too. So that's why I'm putting them together. This is 71. I was noticing that two modern sales ago, not Friday, but the one before that, I had a lot of people. One person bought like 30 items, which is great, and they paid a lot for it. But then I ended up taking a third of what they paid and paying for shipping because I just couldn't. You had to divide it up among a bunch of boxes or put it in one big box. Either way, it was pretty much the same thing. So same price. So that's kind of where we run into that issue. All right. Let's go back. Here's a nice Jawa. I figured my last Jawa for the moment. Number 72. Oh, here it is. Excellent. Thank you for that purchase. All right. Okay. The Buddy Bounty Hunter film we always wanted, but we never got. This is my only 4LOM slash Zuckus and his buddy 4LOM slash Zuckus. If you know, you know. Number 73. C3 Benno, you unlock the bronze Tashi station, so make sure you're checking for deals. Balance. Gotta go. I want to run the droid set soon. The thing you ran earlier, but was only 2. Are you talking about the card backs? I'm not sure what you mean about the droid set. I'm sorry, my brain is starting to fade. I apologize. Yeah, I'll run what you want me to run. I just want to make sure I got the right thing. I already did, but I can run one more. Droids and Ewoks, you mean? Talking about? It's my last Ewok. Oh, where is it? No, I got one more set. You talking about this? Yeah, I'll run them. Here you go. I just sold the cloud car. Sorry, buddy. Cloud car went a little while ago. We are due for another giveaway. So let me get that running in a second here. I said that was my last 4LOM before, but that was my last incomplete one. But I do have more to run here, so I'll do that in a little bit. I'm just trying to set things up here so I don't have to keep moving around. Okay, we are good, guys. We are good. All right, 88. I have one more set. Death Star deals. You want me to run it? I can run one more of those droids and Ewoks. And just after that, I'm out. I have to make more. It's okay, guys. This is what saves me from. This is how I can. You know what? What's really funny? Oh, sorry, I already ran it. But okay. It's really what I do. That's what I do that helps me make the, start the bidding low, people getting good deals. It's the things like the cards, the stickers. Occasionally I run well, you know what? I'll run a set of magnets next. Those out. I'll show you those. These are just little things that I work on, All right, good grab on that. Yeah, like here's another thing I do. I think you may not be interested in it, but even so, these are magnets, like refrigerator magnets, to look like the old catalog. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually the original catalog. Oh, thanks, man. I got to make more of the national park stickers. I'm all out of those. But yeah, I mean, and I can't take full credit for those. I kind of found them online and just kind of made a copy of them. I apologize, but they were just too cool. I actually made them when I went on the Halcyon, the Galactic Star Cruiser. May she rest in peace. We decked out all of our luggage to look like we traveled all over the place. All right, congrats on that. Thank you. Sometimes I give these away as part of the, for new buyers. All right. What else we got? All right, we got another Tauntaun here. Broken Rein again, like normal. Saddle's okay. This is the closed belly one, and it looks like the legs are fit. He's really close to the camera there. Sorry. Here we go. One leg's a little loose. Okay. The other one is pretty tight. And we'll throw in a Hoth Trooper for good measure. A Carl, if you will. Medium 13. All right, Bright Blades. Yes, you were bidding on so many things. I'm so happy you finally got one. Awesome. All right. Here's another land speeder. Okay, it's my last one for the day. This one's a little bit of yellow, kind of slight crack in the windshield, but it's a good vehicle, good display one. Got the stickers. It does do the gear thing works. I'll put in this Obi-Wan's got a bit of a bum cape, so I'll put him in. They're up for sale if you want them. Oop, no, this is medium 14. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? All right, thank you for that. Okay, let's do a trooper. These are got a little bit of pink on the bottom. That might be from the red case. I'm not sure. This is a loose limbed one. Good for army building though. And another loose limb one. Put these three together. And 3 card backs. 3 trooper trio. All right, grab on that. Okay, guys, we are in great shape. I am going to keep going a little bit longer. Got a few more items to run. I think I might do. I got about 8 or 9 more loose figures. I still have that carded ATST driver. I got about 4 or 5 other items. Here's my modern-ish. This is the Star Wars Bendham. Anybody remember the Bendham? This is the 4-piece gift set. I gotta be honest with you guys. I've always, oh man, thank you 88 Moss for the tip. I appreciate it. I always thought these were awesome because you got to understand, folks. 1993. Now, how many of us were 21, 22 years old in 1993? I was 21, 22 years old in 1993. I just realized there's something in here. I think there's a figure in there. I almost sold a figure that I didn't even know what it is. What the heck? All right. So, could have been a surprise, but no, sorry. So, I remember seeing them in the store for the first time. You got to remember, those dark times, man, I was miserable without Star Wars. I hated that we didn't have Star Wars. And then I finally see them in the store, and I didn't care that they were Bendhams. They were awesome. So this is a pretty good piece, guys. It's really good condition. All right, and for those '90s enthusiasts, all right, it's a fun thing. I'm gonna start it at $5. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a decent one. It's a decent box. Tony Lee's in for 5. So that little thing that was wrapped in there, that was a. I'll show you in a second. Well, people really like the Bendhams. Oh, I might need to put out. I'm Tony Lee. Anybody got the? Everybody remember the Darth Vader collector case for Bendhams? All right, so that little piece there was a little wrap thing in there, and it ended up being an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not the best Kenobi. He's got a little scuff on his arm, and he has a saber just broke. There it is. It literally just broke on me. All right, I'm gonna run him. I don't care, and I'm also gonna run this Vader because I got to tell you guys, I don't know what the deal is. It's got a saber, but the cape is very stiff. I don't know whether if it's a fake. I have no idea. It came with a lot of other figures, so you got a broken, sabered, totally broken saber. I'll include the broken piece. It's okay, man. Oh, you weren't saying sorry to me. I'm gonna run this at $1 for those two figures because I just thought that was hysterical. $1 for two figures. You can't go wrong. And again, full disclosure, I don't know what's going on with that case. Now people are fighting over it. Well, tell me what's the deal with the cape. I don't know, it just feels very stiff to me. Oh, not done yet. Bright Blades is in. Yeah, I apologize for the saber. It just was, and Vader's saber is like all lightened up. Okay, I will include this in there. All right, excellent. All right, how we doing here? This table's looking. I still got those 4 items, and that's it. Okay. I don't know if anybody's interested in this. This is the read along. Does not include the record. It's just the book. It also came in like an auction that I won. So I already have this one with the record. But if you'd like the book itself, I'll run it for $1. But Julmar wants it. Oh, you know what? I just realized we went way past time for another giveaway. So excellent. Let me just get that started on the giveaway. We are kind of getting past stuff here. Let me do that. Another giveaway going here. All right. Thank you for that purchase. And as far as the giveaway is concerned, I'm gonna before giveaway. Let's do a little military trio here. We'll do a Vader. We do Vader. It's my last Vader, I think. Oh, maybe not. No, I may have more. We'll do Imperial, and we'll do another Death Squad Commander. This is the giveaway, guys. So just quickly enter. It's a follower giveaway, but I do it quickly. So just enter in the next few minutes. It did ship to the U.S. and I did have to pay a shipping cost, but it wasn't. I wish I could look it up. It was a lot, but it wasn't like crazy a lot. Maybe like $30, something like that. I mean, considering that books tend to ship for very little, that there is that to consider. But you know what? You could go on and like put the order in and set it all up, and then see what the total amount is, and then you can decide if you want to pull the trigger on it or not. All right, guys, last call for the giveaway. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. ET12889. Thank you for that follow, and congrats on that win. 3 figures, man, for a free. It's a pretty good Sunday afternoon, I'd say. right. Okay, let's get back into it, guys. We still have one more giveaway at the end of the show. Okay, but let us continue, shall we? Got some complete figures here. We got a decent colored Luke here. He's got the tipless saber. Okay, put him on a Jedi card. Put the card back. Run that for $2. Thanks for sticking around, guys. A lot of you have noticed the numbers staying pretty good. I got a bunch of loose figures. Well, it's fine if I don't run all of these. I will run more of these on Friday's show. We're gonna have another Friday night 6 p.m. Vintage show. So be sure to check. Give it a bookmark and a follow. I think it should be already there. I kind of set things up. Man, $15 for an almost complete Luke. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Sticking with the Luke theme, let's go with a. All right. Now this Luke, I will say. You know what? Hang on, guys. This is all right. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. The back has got a little bit of the typical back rub from it, but it's a decent. And he has this appropriate blaster. I'm gonna actually put it in his hand because I think it looks cool. Luke. Yeah, I got about, what do I got here? Looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 20 more items, I would say, guys, and then we'll call it a day. I have to pack all this stuff up this afternoon, so. Bright Blades, good. This is number 80, yes. Okay. All right, and then how about another droid? This is a 3PO. Okay, check out the gold on him, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful figure. He does have the arms are loose. Legs are tight, or fairly tight. The arms are a little more loose, but that's a great, great figure. I will say my C-3PO card back is in fact a defect because it's upside down on the back, but I corrected it for later ones. But just saying, some of you might get an upside down one. If you desperately want it to be right, the back to be right side up, let me know and I will print one and just mail it to you for free. Cold School is winning. All right, grab on that. All right, guys. All right, let's run these. All right, so I have these already kind of set like this. These are color backdrops. Okay, again, you look up and you see behind in the back case, you see behind the baseball back case, there are color backdrops. They match the color of the pills that I made. Okay, those are essentially what these are. There is essentially an entire set. This is just my sample set, but you can see, and then the ones that are for the more short in stature figures. Okay, so these are like a card stock. They're marked on the back with who they are, and there's about 100 of them. Okay, so I'll run one set of those today. I do think I have with it. All right, good grab on that. Thank you. Okay, awesome. And then we have, this is the Tri-Logo set of cards. These are the last set I made more recently. They are basically the entire set of collection that was available in Europe. There's about 78 cards. I will say this, because I didn't want to waste paper, one of the pages that I printed these on, one of the 8.5 by 11 pages, it only printed, I had extra pages, so I included in it 4 Uze cards. I love the Uze Polish bootleg cards. So it's 78 cards altogether. 88 Moss, I have some incomplete ones. So I can, the only one I have that's sort of complete, it's got at least one of every one, is the Power of the Force 2. Or no, Power of the Force 1, sorry. It's missing 2 stickers on there, but it does have one example of everyone. I mean, you know what? 88, you bought so much, I'm gonna throw it in your bag. I just have to remember to do that. I don't. But I'll print up some more this week. So you can check back with me for other ones. Thank you, Lance Joy. Awesome. Yeah, I like the, it's you go down a rabbit hole with these mini card backs. Now I'm like, ooh. See, the one I want to do next though, I want to do. I have to talk to my daughter, who's more of the. She's better with. She's a designer. She's an artist. I want to do Max Rebo and the band. I want to get those guys in there. All right, we got a Greedo. Good, solid Greedo figure. Good color. Good limbs. Good blaster. It's a $20 blaster, guys. Bid according. Bid for the blaster, and you get a free figure. Think of it that way. Check out my channel this week, guys. Some of you were asking me about doing like a walkthrough of my collection. I do that. I got like about a 28-minute video where I walk through and show you kind of where things are right now. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate that. Clarky 260. Okay, here we go. Rebel Commando with the rifle, with the pew pew. Rifle's probably a $15, $18 weapon. Bid on the weapon, get a free figure and a free clamshell case and a free card back. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. That seems to work. There we go. See now, so that's what I've been doing. Star Wars Daddy, if you're still on, that's what I've been doing wrong. I gotta tell people. See, I'm good with that. $24 for a Rebel Commando figure. That's awesome. And again, seriously, I gotta preface this. I say these things. I wouldn't put it up if I didn't feel like I'm okay selling it for what I get it for. IG-88, 2 pew pews, right? The blue Imperial and the rifle. Okay, that's probably $20 worth of weapons in both of them, maybe more, 25. See, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be like, that's $7 million worth of weapons. But again, it is worth. If you're someone who's looking for accessories, you'd be better off just forget about the figure. Put the figure, put the figure up on eBay for 99 cents. I guarantee you'll make your money back. All right. Thank you for that. All right. So, here's a good one. I don't know if Star Wars Daddy's on, but I have it kind of displayed interestingly. It looks like it's just the card back, right? This is one of the mailers that the Emperor mail-away figure came in. And it does include a complete, really good face Emperor with his cane, okay? But it includes this box. I know it's just a plain box, but it is the mailer box that the Emperor figure came in when you mail away for it. So it's in good shape, minus the yellowing of the tape. So I kind of put that in one of these clamshells, and I put the card back on the opposite side, and kind of show it in reverse. Okay, so that's what you're bidding on. Keep that in mind as you bid. So I think I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to wrap up the larger items that I have, which is about 12 or 13 of them. Do the giveaway, and then I'm going to see if anybody wants me to run any of the loose figures that maybe you're looking for a specific one. I'll do a scan, and you can do that. Thank you, Bronx Star. Excellent. Okay, how about one more Tauntaun, guys? This is a rainless Tauntaun. but he does come with he's a closed belly, does come with the saddle, and the legs are tight, and it comes with a Hoth Commander. Comes with Cliff. Jump, 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 jump. Ah, the musician in me. That is the Boston Pops version playing this version of the Star Wars main title, and that bell player messes up in the recording. It's not for the movie. He did it for a Boston Pops recording, and he messed it up. Can't believe he messed it up. All right, I don't know if there's any interest in this. Star Wars video cassette. This is the original Star Wars, the unspecial edition version. This says last chance to own the original Star Wars. Now, I don't know if that'll always be the case. Originally retailed for $18.99. It is a video cassette. I don't know if you have the ability to watch it, but if you want to own the original, we'll start it at $4 if anyone's interested. Cold School is interested. Okay. All right. Cold School got it. Awesome. And I love your thumbnail too. All right, guys. We are doing well here. All right. Now I don't know, but this is another one that's kind of weird, but we're gonna talk about it. All right. This came in an auction. I gotta back up my phone a little bit here. This is the Star Wars Dixie Cup. It's a box. It is not the best box. Okay. It's missing a flap. Oh, actually, it's not missing a flap. It's a folded over flap. However, it does include quite a few many cups here. All right, we got, which I always loved, and I mentioned this on the channel. What I loved about the old original trilogy, and again, I'm not a hater on the sequels or the prequels or any of that. I love it all. But what I loved about the original trilogy, one of the many things, is that they did not use like the standard art for everything. Like when Episode 1 came out, everything was about that first poster. You know, it all looked the same. Whereas here, this is like they have a different set of artists. There's a lot of different art on here. So I just think this is such a cool thing. I'll put up a few of them so you can see. They're not all, it's not like you're just getting 4 cups, okay? I've seen people run these cups separately, these Dixie cups. Anybody remember these? Oh my God. Okay? They're really, really cool, all right? So you're getting those that you see, plus each of these stacks, plus the box. Okay, I'm going to run it at 5. Yeah, right? Early 80s, baby. I think this might even been late 70s because it looks like it's just Star Wars. So this is these go for a lot, guys. People sell the cups individually. All right, so, you know, I have a set. I have a collection of these. I'm building it up. This is number large 5. Excellent. All right. Bronx Star. Thank you for that. Okay. Get all these back in here. I'll get started back up in a minute. In a moment. Let me just. And again, the box is not the best of shape, but it's displayable. Thank you for that. All right. All right. We got a couple more complete or. Oh, wait. Let me just get my thing here. All right. How about some more parts here? Somebody bid on these last time. I did these and never paid. So, set of TIE interceptor things. Full disclosure: these are broken. These are not things that can fit. This one's missing its thing. These are, again, for customization, for anything, any number of things like that. All right, I'm actually going to run these as a large item, but I'm going to change the price to $1. I always I try to run all of the pieces, especially when they're broken, because I just feel. All right, thank you for that. Okay, this is a piece of parts of a snow speeder, including a loose cockpit seat. Okay, it's got the top and the bottom. Okay, just for parts, for customization. If you're one of those people that wants to put some firecrackers in them and film it getting blown up, that's okay too. I do believe there is still a motor in there, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. Oh, it is. It does come apart, guys, but there is a motor still in there. All right. And I'm going to do one more of those. This is another one. This one looks like it's got some wear here. I don't know whether that's just rust or what, or if it was painted to do that. Large under 8. Start that for $1. Okay, thank you for that, Lance Joy. Okay, and then we got two more junker vehicles here. This is a Y-wing hull. Doesn't even have it's really just the hull. Does have the motor. Starting at $1. This is the second to, well, I have one more junk piece after this. Lance Joy, man. Now, Lance, this is one of those situations where the box is going to get bigger. So just be aware of that. Sometimes I can get them in the smaller boxes. And then last one, guys, we have that's not last auction, just last junker. This is an X-wing. Somebody was asking about the wings. These are intact. It does lock, which is interestingly enough. Okay. I didn't check to see if it worked. I didn't even check the motor, guys. So does have the bottom landing gear. So this is not a bad vehicle overall. You could honestly, I don't know if it works or not, but if you got a cockpit and the 4 cannons, and you've got a pretty good vehicle here. In fact, you know what? I like this vehicle so much. I'm going to throw in I'll throw in a beater. There you go. So you get that and a figure. Because it's a figure, I'm going to start this one at 5. This is the kind of thing that you want to make a blue 5, like a blue squadron. This is a great one to do that with. Paint it up or get some custom stickers done. That's what I would do. The fact that it locks, I was shocked that came in with it. Good grab, Panther. I was shocked that it came with that. It's crazy. All right, wrapping things up. Now, I do have one more 4LOM. He comes with the blaster or the pew pew rifle. The rifle, guys, probably a $15 to $20 thing. Please bid for the accessory. Get the figure for free. This is 88. Okay, let me go back over here. Alrighty. I think I have gotten through just about everything. Almost. Good grab on that. All right, cool. All right. We have another 3PO. This is definitely more loose, okay, loose limbed. But again, he gets the clamshell treatment because of the shiny. He's a very shiny droid, and would display excellently right there on that. So take that into consideration, my friends. All right. Excellent. Thank you. And thank you for your first purchase. Hope you check out my YouTube channel, and I'll give you some fun stuff to go in your first purchase box. We also have Dengar here. Good Dengar figure. Comes with the correct pew pew and the clamshell case. Bid for the accessory, and you get the figure for free. All right, guys, we were about 5 more away from the giveaway. I will. Wow, $9. Poor Dengar. All right. It's okay. I'm sure he'll get a lot of love. All right, we'll do a Hawk Commander. A little bit of scuff on his scarf there. He does have his rifle. It's got some scuff on his boots too. But again, bid on the accessory and you get the figure for free. We have 2 more figures and 2 more sets of card backs, and then we're gonna have a conversation about that figure. Hey, Bob. All right, Bob gets the thank you for that. Another Chewy. Got his bowcaster there in the side. Okay, but a good paint Chewy. And the last giveaway, we'll get it started. Thank you, Recon. All right. All right, guys. Okay, this is the last figure. This is the last loose figure. We got the gaffy stick. We got a really good cape. But a mostly good cape. He does have a tiny tear in his shoulder, so bid accordingly. But again, bid for the gaffy stick. And you get the cape and the figure for free. Gaffy stick's a $20 accessory, at least. Gold school. Thank you very much. All right, now let's run the giveaway, guys. Just so you know, it's going to be for. I'll just put these in the back here. We're going to put a Greedo and a Snaggletooth figure with the card backs. That's for your giveaway. But while that's running, we're one more set of just the Star Wars cards. One more set of just the Star Wars cards. Seems to be some interest in that. Anybody else is interested? Want to grab one before we call it a day? Got 3 minutes left on that winner. Well, we're probably going to cut that early, but. Thanks, Joy. Thank you for that purchase. All right. All right. And then our last card back run is the entire set. It is Star Wars, Empire, Star Wars. Oops. I should probably just stack these. Star Wars repack, Jedi, Empire repack, Jedi Star Wars repack, Power of the Force, Droids and Ewoks. It's like 150 cards there, guys. I'm actually going to run this as a medium just because of the weight. Medium 18. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, 88. I appreciate that. All right. Now, let me just, I'm not quite done yet, guys. I'm going to do, whoa. And I can put that sticker thing. This one, so I know it's yours. All right. So, let's get the giveaway out of the way. All right. I'm drawing the winner. 3, 2, 1. CP2373. Thank you for following and making purchases today. I appreciate that. All right. Now, some possibly final item. I will do a scan so you guys can tell me what you think. All right. So now, this one is not as in best condition as the other figure. It's not in the best of condition. Okay. Figure's fine. But it's got, the figure's fine. Got its accessory. There it is. There's the blaster. There's the figure. But you can see it's got some folds in it. Okay, this is not by any means a mint figure. Okay. It's not coming off, and it's not coming off at the bubbles, a little dented. It's all those things. Okay. So, my question to you: should I run it like this, or should I gently unbox it and run the figure, the weapon, and the card and the bubble separately? If you want me to run it as a figure, okay. But here's the deal, guys. Let me put the context more. I paid a lot more. The other figure that was much better than this sold for far less than I paid. So I'm trying to make the most money here. So when someone says run it as a complete figure, and I'm afraid of what'll happen if you bid $45 again. I'm going to start the bidding on this at $60. Now, having said that, if you want me to run it as a figure, you know how to do the hearts? Do some hearts. The mech says just started as a most money to break it apart. I'd run it seeing as it has the coin sticker. All right, you know what? All right, I'm not ready to go down the road of breaking it apart. Listen, guys, I don't mind losing money on stuff because here's the deal. I told you, those card backs you all bought, those stickers you all bought, that's what allows me to do this kind of stuff. That's what allows me to buy a figure, say 2 figures for $200, which is what I paid for this, and sell them for maybe only make 125, okay, or something like that. All right, I'm gonna list it at $60. Call it a medium. Let's see where it goes. As I said, I'm willing to lose money on it because I made money on the other thing. All right, starting right at 60. Let's run it. You do get the star case too. This is medium 19. But again, in my humble opinion, yeah. So figures about 30 to 35, blasters about 90. All right. So that's about what it came for. That was good. Actually, I'm okay with that, guys. I can live with that. So I appreciate the honesty. the conversation. That was great. All right. So before I wrap up, I'm going to just quickly do a scan of my loose figures. Is there anything you want me to run? If there's a singular figure, you're like, hey, could you run that? Please let me know, and I will do it. None of these have accessories. These are just, some of them have capes, some of them have part of their accessories like that, but that's pretty much it. Okay, if you are all good, I will wrap things up. Cloud Car Pilot. All right, I'll run that in a second. Any others? I'm just gonna do the scan once, and then I'll. Oh, you need two? Oh, okay. Royal Guard, yes, sir. I'm gonna run them together because I don't know who would want to have a naked Royal Guard. I'll run them to both. Okay. Any loose Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalkers. I got these two. This one's okay. This one, it's got the standard scratchy head face thing. Complete Leia. Okay. Run that. Do you want me to run this, Luke? Walrus. I'll give you my best one. They're all they all have that. Oh, that's probably the best. All right, let me grab that. You want me? Okay. So I'll do the Luke. Okay. I'll run the better Luke. Okay. Tusken. Scout. Tusken Scout. Gotcha. All right. Endor Rebels. I'll run them both. And guys, all right. I'm gonna say Bespin with turtle. Oh, Bespin with turtleneck. There you go. All right. Leia disguise figure. Do I have Leia out here as a disguise figure? Oh, I have no thing, but I have a decent one here. All right, guys. Last call. Ugnaughts. All right, Ugnaughts are the last one. I'll run them. I'm gonna run two caped ones, but separate. All right, cool. Thank you for humoring me. Now, anything you see there, guys, I'm gonna have that here on Friday. So there we go. We'll start with the Ugnaughts. All right. Well, I'll run both. Two Ugnaughts, an Ugnaught family, along with two things. All right. This is number. All right. Number 95. Running. Appreciate you asking, Recon. No, I do not usually get too many with prototypes. At least not yet. You have to understand that, generally I'm just buying up people's collections and then selling them, so I don't get into the real rare stuff. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because I it's kind of hard to do. All right, let's do the Rebel Commandos. But, if you know of anybody, let me know. It's hard because it's hard to sell stuff like that on Whatnot because Whatnot, like I said, you can, oops, center that a little bit, because Whatnot is it seems like it's a better, smaller scale, lower priced thing. People looking for the deals, which I totally get. But it is just kind of challenging to try to make, huge purchases with that. So that's probably more of a better of an eBay find too. But every so often I might run into something, but not. I haven't done prototypes in a long time. Actually, I've never done prototypes. I mean, I haven't come across them in a long time. Okay, thank you, Coltrane. Number 96. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. Oh, I like doing it this way. That way I can you guys want what you want. I can get you what you want. Okay, Biker Scout. Decent. Little coloring on discolor on the back. I would have put him on a speeder bike today, but I had no more speeder bikes. Yeah, you never hurts to ask, Recon. Never hurts to ask. Wow, 30. collecting those. I mean, do you guys ever watch the collecting track on YouTube? It's essentially Gus Lopez's thing he put together with those collection. He basically was since 220. There were like 3 sets of them from the collecting panels in oh, good, like firewater, that he was getting, that he would run them and he would video them and then he would run them like as sessions that you could watch on YouTube. It was awesome. But man, you learn so much about what people are into, the different types of collecting, and oh my goodness, there's some crazy stuff out there. Crazy collecting. All right, here's a nice Bespin Leia. Just missing the really good figure overall. Just missing the blaster. And does she fit on here? Yeah, it does. With the card back. And like Firewater or little Firewater, you unlocked the bronze Tashi Station tier, so you get some coupons. Make sure you check up at that crown at the top of the screen. Yeah. This is number 98. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up after these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more, 8 more, including Leia. So we're just going to wrap it up after that because I've got to get something to eat real quick, and then Clarky, very good grab on that. I hope the people that are asking for the ones to run are the ones that are winning these. If not, I'm going to say just come back. Here's another Leia. It's a really good face, good hair. Pretty decent overall. Just missing the stuff. Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, guys. I will be running another show. And it'll be it'll be a vintage show. So you can, if you didn't get something today, I got some more stuff coming in. You can check back there. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love The Force Among Us. Yeah. Chris Mock, right? I love that. I love that show. I love that whole thing. That was great. Oh, you were in that? You were in that? That's so cool. That's awesome. Fantastic. I was a vivid. Wow, this is a slight, not torn cape, just a little pulled. I was a vivid watcher of the Rebel Force Radio, and back when they were still the Force Cast, and then Rebel Force Radio podcast. I have to be honest, I haven't watched them as much or listened to them as much as of late. They got a little. I mean, they're okay. They're cool. I appreciate them, but they sometimes get a little old man on the porch, get off my yard kind of thing. I mean, I appreciate that, Mike. But I like them, though. I do like them. I love that they've kept the torch burning for Star Wars fandom. I appreciate that. A little firewater. And, they have the right to their opinions and stuff, too, so that's good, too. All right, Walrus Man. And this is the best one I have. It's pretty good teeth. I appreciate that, Mike. People are starting to pull away as we get through the next. So again, guys, 6 p.m. Check out my show if you haven't already done so. Like, subscribe, do all that, because I'll tell you, man, my subscriber numbers are going up, and there's a lot more action going up on my regular channel, which I very much appreciate because it all kind of ties together, and I do appreciate that. But we have people just joining us now. We're about 5 away, and we're about ready to wrap up. This is kind of like the epilogue. We ran our show. Nathan Mack, great. Cloud Car Pilot, little scuff on his uniform there in the front. I wish I could get you 2. I usually like to sell them as a pair. Sometimes I even put them in the Cloud Car that I sell. Okay. Oh, Big Daddy jumped in at the last second. I was going to take it off the screen. All right, Big Daddy, you got it. Number 102. All right. Here's 103. We got two, well, basically one Imperial Royal Guard, but I'm going to throw in the unrobed one for free. And two card packs. This is 103. Sorry, Coltrane. If I had two, I would have put them in. I don't put one in. You have to have two cloud car pilots. That's been a hard figure for me to get a hold of. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like it's not a common figure. I just haven't had a lot of them. Rockstar, good grab. Thank you for that. And this was 103. All right, and we'll do it. This is the Luke, and again, just a little bit of heads up, a little bit of the nose rub there. Okay, one of my favorite figures though. I really loved it, but I couldn't stand that it whatever they did to paint it or whatever. If I'm going to separate figures from their accessories, I sometimes put the figures in. There was a 3PO on a land speeder, a Boba Fett on a land speeder. Rockstar, thank you for that. All right, guys, last one here. It's Leia. Decent Leia. Let me do a quick scan of the cape again. No tears on that cape. Got the over-the-shoulder action here. What's going on there, Leia? Come on, be a lady. Good face, though. All right, last one, guys. Here we go. 105. Gotta get my. All right, MJ. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate the purchases, the follows, the likes, and everything else that you did. I hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, thank you, Eric Carr, as always. Eric Carr is the namer of the Darth Tuba Award. Star Wars Daddy. I don't know if he's still in the house. I know his auctions are about to end, so I'm sure he's gotten off to do a ton of work for that. But Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Probably my last Friday. No, not probably. My last Friday show for a bit, guys. I'll do a Friday show and then another Sunday show, and then I'm going to have a 2-week break. Don't forget about me. I am going to be running a live stream in Galaxy's Edge in Florida, and I will make sure that I put word on that on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know when that is, it's going to be sometime between the 2nd of April, or sorry, no, the 2nd, 3rd, the day after Easter, the 6th of April, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, yeah, the 6th to the 10th, somewhere in there in the evening, like a 5 or 6 o'clock, around that time. I'm going to run a walk through Galaxy's Edge and do a live stream. I'd love to have some of you guys join me for that. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy all the other shows. I'm going to raid who I can. I don't know if Vintage Toy World is still up and going, but I will see. But until next time, guys, may the Force and the toys be with you. Let's create a raid right now. I'm not seeing Vintage Toy World. All right. Let's see if we have Ultimate DJ maybe. Nope. Florida. Nope. Okay. We'll go with who am I gonna raid? Almost nobody's here. We'll raid somebody. We'll just raid Chalice.